not even being close to the sworn enemy of lying pomposity, smugness, and groupthink that Tucker Carlson is, I, Mel McGinnis, still will think clearly, reason soundly, and judge accordingly regarding the matters of religion and politics. What is happening in the West when in Finland, 2 Christians are in court because they discuss Bible verses on Twitter? Here they made statements using Scripture itself to question their church's sponsorship of LGBT, and now the government there is taking them to court on grounds that they're ethnically agitating under the section of war crimes and crimes against humanity. The Bible? Crime against humanity? The Bible? Guilty of war crimes? So it seems the Finland court says so. Even one of the prosecutors said that the Bible is comparable to Mein Kampf. Where is the head of that individual? You see, they said over there, you're allowed in your mind to agree with the Bible, but you can't state it publicly. This is the West. We ought to be in the lead of saying what is free. That includes free speech. But you see that kind of mentality not just over on the other side of the ocean. What about Canada? Think about what Justin Trudeau said in the Parliament. Those who associate with conservatism are with the swastika, in so many words. In that Parliament was a conservative. That conservative was a Jew. And she spoke up in protest of what Justin Trudeau had to say. How dare he say something like what he did in comparing conservatism to those who associate with the swastika? But Justin Trudeau really isn't about freedom, just as those in government in Finland aren't about freedom because they're part of the left. Today I just heard a podcast. That podcast was by John Harris, Conversations That Matter. In it, he spoke of a public school teacher who teaches biology and does not teach Darwinism, but teaches creationism in the public school. And he dared not mention that person's name. Dared not say who this teacher is in the public school teaching creationism. Why? Because the intimidation factor is so huge that if word got out, can you imagine the lawsuits that would come upon that individual? We're the West! We're supposed to have free exchange of ideas and not be intimidated like we have been through the work of cancel culture. You see, this effort to silence is part of the leftist agenda. I agree with what Dennis Prager says. Truth is not a left-wing value. And I would add to that, if he hasn't already said so, and neither is freedom. Truth is not a left-wing value, and neither is freedom. That's why we as believers stand for the truth. And when you stand for the truth, there will be freedom. There will be a debate. There will be that sense of I can share my opinion without having the intimidation of government coming down hard against me. Let's stand for the truth. Because when we stand for the truth, we're going to be standing for freedom. Well, unlike Tony Kornheiser of Pardon the Interruption, I cannot promise you that I'll do better the next time.